Hello and welcome back to the workbench. After many decades of service, half century. After about a half century of service, this Pelouze postal scale is finally, well, actually it might be more than a half century. So these rates were from 1968, but who knows? This could be earlier than that, and it might have been, just updated with a new rate schedule at some point. So after at least half a century of use, the Pelouze has finally decided to stop working. So I'm going to take the fasteners off the back and slide it off and see if I can't get this thing back into working order. It probably needs some lubrication somewhere, I'm assuming, because there's a whole lot of, not rust, corrosion? I mean, it is rust, but not a lot, but just a lot of corrosion on all the parts. So hold on a second, let me see if I can pry this back off and then we can see what the heck's inside. Never actually looked inside a fully mechanical postal scale before, so should be interesting. Back in a second. I managed to get the bottom off it. I couldn't get the back off because of the sheet steel, the plate it's made out of. It's not really doable. It's stamped, so it's just going to fall apart if I try taking off all the seams, and I'm not sure I'd be able to get it back together too well since it's old and a bit rusty. But if you look here, we can see what's operating it through there. If you see that, it's just that gear driving the front, the scale arms, and then all this does is slide up and down. There's a spring that you can see operating there when I press down on the scale top. Let's see if we can get a better angle on that. Probably not. Actually, that's probably as good as it gets. So that spring just goes up and down. It's wound to give you the poundage on the front, and then the fine adjustment's done by this knob up here, which I've adjusted out a little bit. I'm going to see if it's any more accurate now. Let's see. That's already off a bit. Now that was adjusted dead on. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to hit it with a bit of lithium grease for the gear down there. Maybe that'll help a bit. And then see if it's somewhat more accurate. Back in a second. So those plastic gears in the front got a shot of 3-in-1, or rather those got a shot of Lucas oil, white lithium grease right there. And the metal joints and connection points got a shot of 3-in-1, there it is, nylon gear there in the background, or plastic, probably nylon. I'm not sure exactly what they used in 1968, but that got a shot of white lithium grease. The metal points, connectors, all the points where the rods connect up, got a shot of 3-in-1 oil. And it seems to be operating a little better now. So let me see if we're about even. Yeah, that's almost on. I think that might be about as accurate as I'm going to be able to get it, unfortunately. Oh, well, okay, so for a 50-year-old scale, that's pretty good. Now I just need to see exactly how accurate it is compared to a digital scale. 1 second, let me go find one of those. Okay, so first we're going to get a reference weight on this spool with a digital scale that's probably kind of accurate. I don't know that I tested this with any weights and measurements, but it's probably close anyway. So it's on pounds and ounces, and 2 pounds, 8.7 ounces. All right, write that down. Let's see, 2 pounds, 8.7 ounces, which is, let's see, 40.7 ounces. Digital. And now for the Pelouze scale, it's still kind of zeroed. That's probably about as accurate as we're going to get. Here we go. And we're coming in at, which is going to be 32 plus 10, So 42 ounces. So the Pelouze, not that accurate if the electronic is on, because we're showing 40.7 ounces on our electronic scale and then 42 ounces on the Pelouze. But it's, you know, it is what it is. It's going on 50 years old, so I'm not so sure that that's at all odd for it or how accurate it was to begin with. So I'll do a little more work on it, maybe see if I can get it working a bit better or figure out what's going on there, if there is anything to do for it or if it just wasn't that accurate to begin with. I could probably go look that up on the internet. Maybe I should find out. Ha! Thanks for watching. See you next time.